my channel. We are back to usual videos this week with me actually talking to you, which is nice. So today we're going to be making a cocktail called the Bijou. This originated from, I believe it was Harry Johnson's cocktail book back in, I want to say 1900? Anyway, so he created this drink. It was originally equal parts of gin, green chartreuse and sweet vermouth. So the name Bijou means jewel, and the idea was that the gin would be the diamond, the chartreuse would be the emerald, and the sweet vermouth would be the ruby. So as far as quantities go, it's going to be 1.5 ounces of gin, 3/4 of an ounce of green chartreuse, and 1 ounce of sweet vermouth, and then we're going to be using 2 dashes of orange bitters as well. So let's get started. So we're going to be stirring this drink, so get our stubborn ice cubes in here, and let's get measuring. So 1.5 ounces of gin. Now, this seems like an interesting combination of ingredients to me. I can't say I've ever had anything that had both green chartreuse and sweet vermouth in it, so I'm excited to give that a try. So 3/4. I'm afraid we've talked about this before when we made the last word cocktail. Green chartreuse is very expensive, but you can buy it in a smaller bottle, just like a half size, which is a little bit more affordable, especially if you're not going to be using it very frequently. As far as the sweet vermouth goes, the various recipes that I looked at did use kind of differing quantities, so maybe it just depends on how dry you like your drink. I'm going to go with 1 ounce and we'll see how that comes out. And we're going to go in with, all over the table, 2 ounces of orange bitters. Now, I was reading something on Difford's Guide website, which I would highly recommend if you've never been on it before. He tends to, when he gives his cocktail recipes, also add a certain amount of chilled water on the basis that if you're not using wet ice, you're not going to achieve the appropriate dilution in a reasonable time of stirring if you're not adding water. So I thought, you know what, I've never done it before, I'm going to give it a go. So here we are, adding 1/3 of an ounce of water, and we're going to stir. So we're going to stir this for about 30 seconds until the outside of the glass is chilled and frosty, and because we've added the water, we should definitely be good on the dilution. Okay, so now we're just going to strain it into our glass. I've chosen a Nicanora, any kind of cocktail glass you fancy. It's kind of funny, isn't it? The idea of it being like a jewel with the jewel colored ingredients, but it definitely comes out more of a brown, as do most cocktails, I suppose. But I suppose you could say it's maybe like a topaz. Anyway, I think we're going to keep things simple and not garnish today. You could garnish with a lemon peel if you'd really like. So let's give this a taste. Cheers. Oh, that chartreuse really comes through on the nose. Very herbaceous, quite fresh. Kind of, there is the sweetness there, but it's not overwhelming. Let's give it a try. Ooh, I like that. There is something about that combination of the sweet vermouth and the chartreuse that is really unusual. It's kind of, I almost get like an earthiness. I know that sounds silly from the vermouth. I feel like it kind of grounds the chartreuse a little bit. Let's try again. Yeah, I like that. I think I could maybe even hold back a little on the vermouth and do 3/4 of an ounce personally, but you know, totally up to you. Chartreuse is very sweet, very strong, very sweet, very herbal, so I think it would be fine at 3/4 of an ounce, but I'm happy with the 1 ounce. That is a very tasty you know, I feel like it could definitely be either an aperitif or a digestif. Like it has the kind of herbal qualities to get you to whet your appetite before dinner. But there's also something very sort of settling and soothing about it as an after dinner drink. So I hope you give it a try and let me know what you think in the comments below. Cheers, and I will see you next week for another drink.